Could Elon Musk be accused of securities manipulation, securities violation? Could he face some probing or could he be on Capitol Hill for what he's been doing? I mean, that's possible. I'll explain coming up, but I think a more likely takeaway from his latest charade is it sort of reveals Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies' most glaring vulnerability. I'll explain coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. Let me just caveat here. I am crypto and Bitcoin neutral. I actually am fascinated by it, and I think it has serious long-term potential that I disagree with the money manipulation that the Fed is doing. And so I'm a fan there. I'm also looking and saying, wow, there is a crazy amount of speculation right there in cryptos. I mean, I saw this the other day. If you total up all the cryptocurrencies, all the coins out there, there's now more cryptos than there are dollars, US dollars in circulation. I mean, so to me, I'm infatuated by it. Like it's fascinating and has enormous potential, and yet it's hard to not just sort of scoff a little bit and say, wow, there's crazy speculation. So I am neutral, okay? But Elon Musk's latest stunt on this, I think, could land him in the hot seat. And I'll explain that, but it also, to me, it reveals the underlying vulnerability of the sustainability of cryptocurrencies. And I'm not talking about the energy usage. Let me explain. So first, Elon Musk, what happened, okay? And why do I think he could find himself on the hot seat or in some hot water for this? Maybe he's too big to be touched, but gosh, that sounds like mob type language. But okay, so here's the deal. Crypto, Bitcoin has obviously had an amazing run over the past 12 months. And Elon Musk, obviously, he's a player in it. He talks about Dogecoin and all these sorts of stuff, and he's got such a big following when he tweets. So first thing, as you saw back when, back near the beginning of the year, it's revealed Tesla as a company bought a bunch of Bitcoin. You know what, 1.5 billion, just coincidentally, that's almost as much of tax credits that they received from the US government. So they basically, in a way, took the money from taxpayers and they bought Bitcoin with it for their own benefit. Interesting. And what I think the average price they paid for was around $34,000. And I mean, when that was revealed, it basically suggested to the crypto world and to Bitcoin holders or speculators that, wow, this thing really could stay. You know, Elon Musk is getting into this thing. Let's go. And so the price skyrocketed. All right. Then, as the price has been wavering in the 50 to 60,000 range, but not making huge leaps and bounds, it sort of plateaued. Elon tweets out that you'll be able to buy a Tesla with Bitcoin. And of course, what happens to the price of Bitcoin? Up again. Awesome. That sets the stage. You might say, well, Elon is pretty bullish on Bitcoin. This is great. I thought he was a Dogecoin fan, but pretty bullish on this. Well, then he starts tweeting some negative things about it and some negative things about its energy consumption. Interesting. Like that's new news. Like, no, we all have known that. And then he says, listen, we're not going to let you buy a Tesla with it. I'm concerned about the energy usage. What? So complete reversal, complete 180. It's like he just had an epiphany one day. No, the guy's a genius. There's no way he just has the guts to say, no, you can buy a Tesla with this thing. This thing is awesome. And then a few weeks later say, nah, we're not going to let you do it. You guys are way too smart to just change on a dime like that. Well, then it's revealed like, wait a second. Tesla might have sold all their Bitcoin, or they might have sold a lot of it. To me, if that's not potentially market manipulation, security manipulation, that, yeah, this thing is great, we bought some, you're going to be able to do these things with it, pumping the price up, they sell, and then, no, you can't. And the price plummets. I mean, that could land anyone, Martha Stewart definitely, in some hot water. Is Elon Musk, insulated? I don't know. But here's the thing. That episode, that charade, to me, reveals the underlying vulnerability of cryptos being sustainable. And I'm not talking about the energy. Here's the thing. When I know that inflation is out there, it's just other than right now and in the early 80s, we don't feel it and see it on a day-to-day basis. In fact, as a financial planner, certified financial planner for nearly 20 years, I've had a lot of people argue with me that inflation's even there because it just is the silent killer, okay? You barely feel it usually, all right? So I get that, but other than that, the dollar, your currency, you want to be stable. For example, if you get a bonus, okay, of $5,000 and you leave it in your checking account for 2 days before you spend it, you want to know that 2 days later, you still have $5,000 to spend. And I know that's a short time frame, but even 3 months later, if you put money in your savings account, I mean, that's cash. You're holding dollars in your savings account, $20,000 for an emergency fund. You want to know when an emergency comes up, you've got 20 grand, right? Bitcoin right now, or last week or whatever, and I don't know when you're consuming this, is down 38% from its high. When it was tweeted that, hey, actually, you're not going to be able to try to buy a Tesla with your Bitcoin, it dropped 10% in a day? It's common that Dogecoin could be down 25% in a day, right? Ethereum, which has had huge potential, down 9% in a day. That's not a currency. Like to me, if you're going to have money and sit on it and wait to spend it in the future because you've got a vacation upcoming, or you want to keep some money there for your next car, or you want to buy a house or something like that, you're not going to stick it in something that's fluctuating with value. Something that fluctuates in value that frequently, that's either an investment or it's gambling, like a trading card or some sort of speculative asset, all right? And not a currency. And yet, the whole idea is that Bitcoin and these other cryptos are going to be currencies. They're taking on the man. They're taking on the fiat currency of the US dollar. And therefore, they're paving the way for a different way to have, to spend money and have currency. Well, if the average person is like me in that, listen, I sort of expect my currency to be stable, that if I leave it over there, it's going to stay there and stay valued reasonably, the same. If that's the average person's expectation of currency, then I don't know if Bitcoin, or really, and Bitcoin, the most stable currency, cryptocurrency, if Bitcoin doesn't qualify, then which one would? And if they don't qualify, then what use are they, right? It's just purely speculation if there is not going to be that stable value. So I don't know. Again, I am crypto neutral. I really am. I'm trying to be objective as possible. I see the potential, and it makes me sick thinking about the fiat currency, what we're doing with the US dollar. And yet at the same time, the speculation is just wild. And I look at the recent charade with Elon Musk and his tweets and what that's done to the price. To me, if Bitcoin is my emergency fund, if that's my future house purchase, if that's my future car purchase, I look and it's like, no, that's too wild of a ride. Like if I'm saving up for my next vehicle, I want to know. I mean, certainly I'm glad if the price just skyrockets and I can buy that vehicle sooner, or I can buy a bigger, nicer, more fancy vehicle. But listen, for that upside, you expose yourself to the downside. And I don't know if that seems like a viable, sustainable currency option in the future. So should you be speculating in this market? Should you be playing in this market? I've done some videos on that before, but talk to your certified financial planner. To me, play money right now. Play money. So make sure you're on track with your goals. If you are infatuated with it, learn about it. And if you want to throw some money at it, play money. All right, work with your CFP on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, corehorn.com. That's corehorn with a K. wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well, or send us an email, info@corehorn.com. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.